What is good, folks? Hope you're all doing well. As per usual, welcome back to more esports talk. Hope you got your water. Hope you got your coffee, staying hydrated out there. Stemming from this past weekend, some crazy news when it comes time for the first, I would say, big name Valorant pro to already quit the esport and go back to the esport of which they came from. Now, I do believe we've actually seen this with some lesser known Counter-Strike names out there taking a stab and then maybe going back as well. This time around, though, it's actually a Fortnite pro, 2 times World Cup qualifier, that being Kinstar, also leaving the esport already after making a transition seemingly to try and be a Valorant pro. Now, why this actually is a huge talking point as we progress and slowly talk about, in the past week or so, we've already talked about the viewership when it comes time for the game. Of course, the tournaments and first Riot Game official series being announced as well when it comes time for viewership for those events and the prize pools and whether or not this is esports ready. It's been a debate, and we will continue to talk about this for quite some time. This move, though, is maybe a sign of the times for what could be coming for a lot of other pros who gave Valorant a stab, did not get signed, did not really make their full mark, and might be just going back to their original esport. As it was actually Kinstar taking to Twitter to say he is now leaving the team he was playing with, that team being composed of David P. and Uzi and a few other Counter-Strike pros as well. Ironically enough, if you guys are diehard Counter-Strike fans, maybe the background controversy of David P. and him leaving Counter-Strike to go into Valorant. That's not the topic for this video, though. And later on, when actually asked, is this his return to Fortnite, it was actually Kinstar responding, it's me. And so I'm assuming there might be a lack of translation there, guys. He is returning to Fortnite from Valorant and will be the first big name Valorant pro, if that's what you want to call it, to actually quit and go back to Fortnite. Now, this also could be, ironically enough, this past weekend, we talked about Hiko, right? 100 Thieves captain. He himself even talked about the worst transitioning esports players he has seen so far have been the Fortnite pros. When you come from that scene to a game like Valorant, which really has very little crossover compared to maybe a Counter-Strike pro, Apex pro, Overwatch pro, as Hiko does state, Counter-Strike pros have seen the easiest transition and have been the best players so far of any pros to actually make the swap. He does mention that Fortnite players have definitely struggled with that, so that could be another reason as to why Kinstar is actually going back to Fortnite. Even further than that, the obvious truth here is this: when it comes time for prize pools and money and the ability to actually make money from Valorant right now, the prize pools aren't there. Maybe the content is for a few people as well, and especially some of the top streamers. When it comes time for strictly competing, though, for prize money, a 50K event's not going to cut it for a guy like Kinstar who can go back to Fortnite with daily cups and, of course, eventually, hopefully, some big events coming back to that scene. They've also at FNCS come back with millions and millions of dollars, at least on the line, for him to have a chance to grab at. And so maybe that's on his mind as well. And if we do see a future World Cup for Fortnite, certainly that's tens of millions of dollars that we're not going to see with Valorant for quite some time. But that's just my reasoning as to why he might be going back. There obviously could be a variety of reasons as to why that is, and I do think it might be a sign of the times. Are we going to see other esports pros make the return back to their own esports after they realize either this is not my game, this won't really pay the bills, I can't get signed, maybe my original esport is better? I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see, and of course I'll keep on breaking it down for all of you guys. Why do you think the Fortnite pro is now going back to Fortnite? One of the more well-known names when it comes time for European and especially French Fortnite is now back and has already quit Fortnite after giving his pro run a very short stint. What do you guys think about this? Until next time, as per usual, though, I hope you're doing it. Drink that water, drink that coffee. Thank you all for the great comments as of late. You guys are amazing. I'm going to keep on making these videos because they won't let me leave. And that's okay because I like being here. Until next time, take care. I'll see you guys back here sometime very soon.